Big old win in Abu Dhabi for the Knight Riders thanks to that man there, Andre Russell. What an extraordinary night it was for the Knight Riders. This man here, David Willey, brilliant with the ball and bat. We're going to talk to him shortly. It was a great victory for the Knight Riders. They needed it. The race to 8 points on the table, and they are looking good. If we look at the match summary, you can see the Knight Riders won by 29 runs. Warner, we saw him with the bat tonight. Spent a little bit more time at the crease than we have all tournament, and we've been waiting for that absolutely. Some interesting stuff in the match to talk about, which we'll do very shortly. Like I mentioned, the leaderboard here. Abu Dhabi Knight Riders sitting in second spot with the 8 points. The Dubai Capitals in fourth. So still at the right half of the table, but they want to be getting a few more points than they got tonight. Darren Ganger and Jim Chopra and the man of the match, the man of the moment, David Willey. Superb for you. Congratulations. A great 2 points. How are you feeling? It looks like you're having fun out there.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a great group of guys and everyone's chipping in, and we've, as you've just seen there, we're sitting nicely in the table. Yeah,
it must feel very good. Darren, you had a good night as well behind the mic, by the way.
I did.
Things are going well for you.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi Knight Riders returning the favour, of course. You recall the earlier game when the Capitals got the better of the Knight Riders by 5 wickets. Tonight, going against the trend here in Abu Dhabi, batting first, getting a total that really put them in control alongside the top-class bowling from you, David, and for Little as well, setting the tone for the innings. I mean, were the conditions similar to the conditions that were faced the last time around when you had that excellent spell?
Yeah, I think so. I think, we've played a few games here now. It's been a new group compared to the team that played last year. So it's taken us a few games to understand the conditions and how best to bowl here.
We've talked a lot about your bowling, but let's start by talking about your batting tonight. A superb effort from you. What was it like out there in the middle?
Look, when you're stood at the other end to Dre, you just give him strike and let him do his thing, and it's a great place to watch. You don't back up too far because he smacks him. So, when he was gone, I just tried to chip in and get us up to a competitive total.
Talk us through that over of Dre Russ's there against Holder. I mean, that must have been a sweet moment for him, but not so good for Jason. But that must have been extraordinary to sit back and watch. Yeah,
it's normally me on the receiving end of it, so it's nice to have him on my side, and he's so good at it. He's done it for so many years, and he just hits it so far.
So far. What's he like in the dressing room? How does he prepare? He seems so calm and cool all the time. He can't possibly maintain that.
No, he is. I'm actually surprised he actually goes for a hit before the game, which I didn't think he'd do. But but other than that, he's so chilled.
Yeah, I just wanted to find out what was the communication like when you were batting with Russell, even during that over and when you forged that partnership together. Does he say much in terms of which bowler he's going to target, which area of the field he's probably going to hit a particular bowler?
Look, we touched a little bit there, and he said he was just going to keep going. So, we had touched on the couple of overs to follow that they may need to have somebody in the ring, but they just snuck in time. So, he's done it for so long, and there's no ground big enough, so you just let him do his thing and watch.
For me, it was a little bit interesting looking at Imad Wasim coming ahead of Andre Russell, especially when you were, 6 wickets down. We felt that Andre Russell probably was the better option, but Imad Wasim came in, played a couple nice strokes, got a few boundaries, and then the timing of Russell's entry and what he did turned out to be the perfect decision in the end. At any point in time, do you all think that Russell's introduction might better serve the team with him getting a little more overs at the end?
But my pay grade, to be honest. I mean, to be fair, you could say if he's out there for 20 overs, it'd be carnage. But look, when he comes in there, he doesn't need many balls to change the game, and as you've seen tonight, what was it, 16 balls or something? It is so dangerous.
14, yeah, I think. Yeah.
And Jim, there's been some criticism of the Knight Riders batting in the past. How do you think their performance with the bat was tonight?
Barring for that Andre Russell's knock, I thought this would have been a very close game. Not that the bowling wasn't good or cannot be good. It is quality bowling. But it would have a contest between 140, 150 to a contest between 170, 180 is a very different ball game altogether. And the impact that those 41 runs had, Andre Russell demolishing Jason Holder in that 1 over, I think that was a greater impact, which actually led to Dubai Capitals taking a couple of backward steps rather than going forward.
Let's talk about going backwards, a few backward steps before the game. And Darren, you did a brilliant interview, wonderful interview with this gentleman to my left here.
We can go for a walk.
Yeah, we might go for a little walk. I'd like to just cast your mind back and yours too. If you'll have a look, you made a great quote, which we are going to remind you of.
You've got some big wickets in this tournament. David Warner, Sikandar Raza, Alex Hayes, Kusal Pereira. David Warner's match up with you. You've gotten him 4 times out of 5 times. The last time I interviewed him, he told me that he was not expecting that ball to beat him off the inside edge. How do you respond to that?
Oh, it's an ego thing, isn't it? You know, I'm sure in the back of his mind he knows that I've got him on toast. So, you know, off the back of that, I imagine he'll come hard at me tonight and probably see him caught in the ring or something.
I have mad respect for anyone who says he's got anyone on toast. But to have David Warner on toast, look, you didn't get him tonight, but you had, you know, up until that point, got him 4 out of 5 times. It's a big check to write, and I appreciate the confidence. How did it feel tonight bowling up against him?
Yeah, look, I think yeah, it's all fun and games, isn't it? Just tried to get down the other end, didn't he? You know, he knows. He knows now, doesn't he? He's just getting down the other end. The other guys were looking after him. So, no, look, it's all fun and games, and you know, probably as many times as I've got him out, he's punished me as well. So
Warner was very close to the toast, I must say. Eh?
Yeah,
Ramanullah Gurbaz was the wicket that he got first, and then he got that important wicket of Sam Billings. I mean, talk us through those 2 dismissals and what your plans were for those batters.
Yeah, look, I think generally speaking, I'm just trying to actually bowl a little bit shorter than I normally would here, and that seems to be, you know, the best place to bowl. And then it's actually the ones that you bowl a fraction fuller than that generally get the wickets. But my stock length is actually probably a little bit shorter than I typically bowl with a new ball.
And so this is your first time here at the DP World ILT20. Are you enjoying yourself? Your family's out here. Has it been good fun?
Yeah, it's been class. You know, the competition's great. The table there, you saw everyone's in contention, which is what you want in tournament cricket. The weather's brilliant, and yeah, my family are here, which is always nice.
That is nice. Your wife, I'm sure, is loving it, along with the kids. The Knight Riders didn't have much success last season. It's definitely changed this time round. You guys must be feeling like you're a good chance to see some finals cricket.
Yeah, you know, we've got a couple of important games coming up, but we're building nicely towards the back end, which is what we want. So hopefully we can go to Sharjah and get another win there, and it will set us up nicely for the last couple of games.
Well, congratulations tonight. Thank you for your time. You can go and get some toast, whatever you'd like to do. Thank you so much for joining us. There is look, there's been plenty of action with both bat and ball, and you've seen some shots played tonight. But I tell you what, someone was hitting a few shots quite well last night, just over in the fan zone. Okay, so there is heaps of fun, heaps of action on the field, but there is heaps of fun and heaps of action here at the fan park at ZEE5 Cricket Stadium in Abu Dhabi. Come with me, we're going to check it out. Some kids playing a bit of cricket over here. See if they'll let me play. Hi, how are you? Are you having fun? Can I play with you?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Is it okay if I have a bat first? Because I'm only good at batting.
Yeah, I'm fine with your decision. Bowl
Okay.
fast, but I can bowl slow.
No, don't bowl fast. Don't bowl fast at me. I'm shorter than I look. I'm shorter than I look. Okay, bowl nice to me. Okay. Yeah! Thank you. You're a good man. Okay, let's go. Just take it easy on the old girl. Good fielding. One hand, one bounce. That's very good. That's very good. That was well left. I think that was well left. That was well left. You guys are very good. You're very fast. And you're very kind to me. Thank you. Thank you. Good effort, mate. Thanks for taking care of me there. I appreciate that. Great cricket, great fun, great food. I've got 2 great fans with me as well who are, well, they're not from here. They're from Australia. And in the UAE, it's a great place to watch cricket. Are you enjoying it?
It is a great atmosphere. Honestly, what a great atmosphere for kids. I mean, you can get close to the players. That makes a big difference when you're growing up and you want to be that person. When you're like 10 levels up in a stadium, it's a bit different than being 5 metres from them on a boundary. It's great.
And it is it's a spectacular stadium. Until I came, I didn't realise how brilliant it was. There are some big superstars in this league. Are you enjoying watching them?
I love it. Obviously Davey Warner, kind of one of my favourites. But Tim David is going really well, playing for the local team, yeah. So it's great to watch. It's a good vibe. I love, you know, the Indian music that's going crazy. I feel like I want to get my own Bollywood on.
Yeah.
So yeah, and watching the kids actually getting the ball in their hands and over here, and you know, they're seeing the stars of the future, and they want to be the stars.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so much fun. We're having a great time. It is a great place to watch cricket in the UAE. My husband will be mortified. And Jim, what did you think of my technique? Not bad? The old girl?
Bad is definitely not the word. It was so perfect. The drive down the ground.
High elbow straight drive. I don't know who should be credited for that.
Natural.
I love the stance. It was very old school.
Yeah.
Just the drive coming through. Very nice.
I'm going to need this to be clipped off so I can send this to people. We did have some crowd in attendance today, very loud. They were a great crowd. We got a great catch, Take a look at this. Look, very impressive. Those crowd catches, they're hard and they will sneak up on you, Andrew.
They can, but I love the alertness of the people in the crowd. There was a lady earlier who got hit, but then there was this, which was outstanding. You know, when you catch Andre Russell, even if it's outside the boundary, you can always say, claim to fame, I caught Andre Russell.
And that is a nice feeling, actually, to be able to say that, because a few people, you know, around the world who actually play the game have dropped him in the past. But there was that drop catch that you did mention. She is okay, but she did try to catch it with her knee, Darren.
Well, that's one technique that you won't want to use on the field of play. This was that moment. I'm always thinking about the safety of the kids and the persons on the bank, especially when the ball flies into the night sky and goes to that bank area. So there's always a certain amount of awareness that has to happen there. But again, the kids are here having a great time. The people on the bank, they're paying attention to what is happening on the field. And it's absolutely brilliant to have the crowd supporting the game.
She was supporting the Knight Riders, so she won't object to that. that knock is all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Look, I think, you know, in golf we yell 4 when the ball's coming anywhere near you. So what can we yell in cricket? Just move.
Yeah, or maybe walk with a hard hat.
Yeah, or a hard hat.
Yeah.
That's it. Right, we're going to take a short break here on Cricket Safari. When we come back, Warner Watch, he scored some runs. We're going to talk about it next. A big old win for the Knight Riders here in Abu Dhabi. And the boys are back in town. I got my fellas beside me. I got Niall O'Brien, Rohan Gavaskar alongside me. And look, a good night for the Knight Riders. Yes, the Dubai Capitals didn't get the points, but David Warner, their captain, spent some time out in the middle, scored some runs.
Yes! David Warner's back! We're so happy because we've spoken so much about David Warner and we've waited for him to turn up at the DP World ILT20 and he's been trying so hard. Game in, game out, he's been given everything. But this game, he found some touch, he found some fluency. He said after the game, I got a little bit of luck. And sometimes that's all you need, Rohan Gavaskar. You need a little bit of lady luck.
Listen, I've said that plenty of times. I'd rather be lucky than skillful. Luckily, David Warner is skillful and got a little bit of luck today when he had that catch dropped early in his innings.
He fielded like a demon.
But he always does.
He always does. But I got the feeling tonight that his fielding was massively going to impact his confidence with the bat because of the way he threw himself around. And when he came out to bat, he looked determined. Yes, he got lucky on 16. He got dropped, but he started playing some shots.
Yeah, he played beautifully, actually. Square the wicket. We all know he's very good square. That's the chance there on 16. That's an unorthodox way of getting a maximum, and this is how he got out. You know, that's... Again, you're getting luck, but then obviously you get one right out of the screws. And he's distraught because he knows, finally, I've put the hoodoo, the hex of the last 2 weeks to bed here in the UAE, and I find some fluency, and then I hit one out of the screws, and it goes straight to the man in the deep square leg boundary. So it was really an interesting night for David Warner. As you said, he fielded well, then he had a misfield. You know, he booted his chewing gum about 30 yards. It was a mixed evening for David.
No. But it mixed in some ways. But in terms of captaincy and where the Dubai Capitals are currently at, they're not in a great spot now. Those 2 points were pretty crucial at this stage of the competition if you were looking to make the finals.
Oh, without doubt. I think they'll be really disappointed with their effort. I think at one stage, well, right up until that Jason Holder over where he got carded for 31, the most expensive over of this year's tournament, I thought they were in the game. At one stage, they had the Knight Riders at 63 for 4, which I thought was a fabulous effort. But the game just slipped away with Andre Russell coming in lower down and playing that cameo that he did. Having said that, on this pitch, this outfield, they could have still chased it down, but they just kept losing wickets. No real momentum in that chase. You look at look at Sam Billings. I mean, he generally is such a quick scorer.
4 failures in a row, though, for Billings.
No, but listen, I don't have a problem with failures. You will fail more often than not in this format because you've got to go out there and hit. But if you take 11 balls to score 2 runs, you're better off getting a first ball duck.
Yeah, save us all.
No, it just from the team's point of view, you've not eaten up 11 balls. But when you've played 11 deliveries and then you don't go on to capitalize, that really puts your team in a tough spot.
A team in a tough spot last season, we've spoken about it at length, is the Knight Riders. They've come into this season. Are you shocked, surprised, confused by how they're managing to get points in this competition? Like they're finding ways to win, which is important. Dre Russ was a huge part in that tonight and his ability with the bat. What do you like about this Knight Riders that we're seeing this season that we didn't see last?
Well, I think last year they had the skill set. You know, they've always had quality players. Last year, for some reason, they missed 2 or 3 Sri Lankans at the start of the tournament, and Johnny Bairstow was their key player, broke his leg. So all of a sudden, when you do your setup, you sign the team, you're missing 4 of your players. When you've got Dre Russell in any team that Andre Russell has played around the world, whether it be international cricket or franchise cricket, you've got a chance not just to win game, you've got a chance to win a trophy. Dre Russell, at the moment, he's probably the MVP. He might not be top of the log. He's striking at over 220. He's picking up wickets and he's leading from the front. The captain is doing a good job with the ball, and they've changed their personnel. You know, they've got 5 or 6 new players, like Pepper, doing a decent job with the bat. Sam Hain, Laurie Evans. There's a bit of stability there, and they've got I think David Willey is a great sign because he gives you that with the new ball. He's a very useful batter. We saw that today. Haven't seen him much this tournament, but he's very capable and he's competitive as anybody. So he has no baggage from last year. So I like the Knight Riders, and I'm actually very happy for them because they're a good organisation, they're good people, and they deserve a bit of luck. There's still a lot of work to do. They're still searching for a bit of consistency, but second in the league. They're
doing very well this season, absolutely. And their batting took a lot of criticism last season. This season, if we were going to criticise anything, it might be their fielding, and particularly tonight. I could think of 3 drop catches. Yeah. You just cannot be dropping some of these catches that they put down tonight.
No, you can't. Well, this one, you look at what David Warner early in the piece, really should have been taken at this level. This was in and out. Come on, absolute dolly. As was this. So these are 3 regulation catches. One tough catches, regulation catches, and that's something that the Knight Riders coaching staff and the players themselves will be looking at saying, listen, you know, lads, we need to buck up here. We need to pull our socks up and, you know, get better on the field, because that's something that's in our control. You know, runs, wickets, can be a little out of your control, but, you know, fielding, putting in that effort and just doing the basics right, that's in our control.
You talk so much about luck, you know, today, and you know, Warner had a little bit of luck, but it's in the field. When you drop those catches, it sort of brings the team, the mood. It's like, oh, God, blimey, you know, here we go, dropped another one.
Well, 72% catching percentage record. It's the worst in the league, worst of any of the sides. So I would think if for the Knight Riders, if they're going to go on and win this tournament, they're going to have to get that up. The Capitals have the best there. I think they're at 96%, which is outstanding, really, when you're at 96%. But for the Knight Riders, they've got to get better. But we saw last year, Vipers were the worst fielding side in the tournament last season, just lost the final. So I think the Knight Riders, a bit of work to be done. We heard Sunil Narine, the boys aren't meaning to drop catches. And actually, from an individual's point of view, and I've been where Michael Pepper is right now, I've dropped many a clanger in my career because that was a howler. And you feel awful for the bowler. Oh, yeah. You feel awful for the team because you've let them down. So it's just about a bit of concentration, I think. Especially that one, the deep. That's just concentration. That was a simple ball. You've got to make the ground, get there safely, and then cement the catch.
Nobby, you said you've dropped a few. You were
many.
You were in a band. Did you play the cymbals?
I'm not even going to dignify that response.
That was great. But look, if it makes the Knight Riders feel any better, I wouldn't have caught any of them. So let's take a look at the match summary tonight, just to clarify how it all played out. The Knight Riders taking the 2 points, winning by 29 runs. Andre Russell led with the bat, 41. What a superb day out it was for him. And David Willey again with the ball has been amazing. Let's have a look at the predictions within the commentary team there.
No, we don't.
Right?
We don't need to.
Who was wrong?
No.
Thank you. Good night.
Oh,
I'm back.
Have a look at
Look at that.
I'm back.
You're back?
Look, all my
Let's have a look at the leaderboard, sorry. Let's see how back you really are.
I think I know where this is going.
Is it? Oh, do you?
He's right at the back. Well, that's why he's right at the back over there.
Where are you back from? I think your back's against the wall, but you're mid-table row. Feeling good about that?
Well, look, listen, not too long ago, I was where Nobby was, Niall O'Brien, right at the bottom, slowly but steadily climbing up the chart. Darren Ganga's had his first loss today.
I know, and I wondered why he scurried off so quickly, but now I know it's because he didn't want to face the music. He's had his first loss, and that is, I hope you remind, I'll certainly be reminding him of that. So Super Saturday today, followed up by Super Sunday tomorrow. Of course, let's see the matchups. We are back here in Abu Dhabi. I'm not sure why we haven't bought our pyjamas. We should just move on in. It is the My Emirates taking on the Desert Vipers. My Emirates are in some hot form at the moment. It'll be interesting to see what the Vipers can dish up for them. I'm sure that, well, I mean, I don't want to say I think my habit. The Vipers have work to do. They did get a win today, and that'll help. Who's your pick for that matchup?
Oh, well, I'm on a hot streak.
Are you?
Thomas Moody and the Vipers. Come on, do it, Tom.
Okay, all right. Well, the one that I'm most interested to watch for multiple reasons, but because he's a Kiwi, Trent Bolt out here. We saw what he did to the Sharjah Warriors the other night. He is going to be one to watch.
Well, especially on this ground because, you know, just the way this ground is, lots of breeze flowing through the ground, so that will help Trent Bolt swing and seam. He's a fabulous bowler. I think it's going to be a real good matchup tomorrow. Trent Bolt, I fancy picking up a couple of wickets in his first spell.
I like that for you. Mohammad Wasim, green belt leader. What do you think we can expect from him tomorrow?
Sixes onto that grass bank over my left. That's where Mohammad Wasim hits. He stands there uncomplicated, just absolutely slugs the ball. He's a wonderful cricketer, Mohammad Wasim. He's what the tournament's all about. It's all about UAE cricket, and he's right up there. Look how he goes about his business. Big, strong, powerful stroke maker. That area there, cow corner, onto the grass bank, up you go, down the ground. He's very easy on the eye, and he's, well, destructive. He's perfect, actually, for Nicholas Pooran, who can come into the back end and put the icing on the My Emirates cake.
I bet that's a very nice cake. Let's have a look at what's happening in Dubai tomorrow night. Another big matchup that you do not want to miss. It's match 22 in this tournament, would you believe? It is the Gulf Giants taking on the Sharjah Warriors. Both teams desperate for a win.
Who are you supporting in Toronto?
The Sharjah Warriors, through and through. Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, look, I'm going to go with you, Laura. I'm going to go with the Sharjah Warriors for that game as well. I think they're a good side, and they've got my support.
Yes, thank you, Ro. Did you want to ride home tonight, Niall? Who are you cheering for?
I'll go for the Gulf Giants. I think the Sharjah Warriors batters, no form to speak of. No chance.
Well, my husband didn't play last game, so all good there. Chris Lynn has found some form for the Gulf Giants, and they've been a bit light of runs, especially at the top of the order. Ro, I imagine that he is just going to pick up where he left off to steal a phrase from Niall here, keeping it very simple.
Yeah, look, again, he's one of those players who's really destructive. He's found some form, and what we know of Chris Lynn is when he finds form, he doesn't let go. This is a tournament, T20. We keep talking about T20, about how you find form early in the tournament that generally carries you through for the rest of the tournament.
The Warriors are in a spot of bother, though. We were here the other night when they played My Emirates. It was, you know, they were sort of running around trying to figure out what their team was actually going to look like. No captain in Tom Kohler. Cadmore Lewis Gregory found out about 2 minutes beforehand that he was going to captain. No Joe Denley, no Martin Guptill. I mean, they are in a tricky spot and they desperately need points.
They do. They've played well at home, Sharjah Warriors, so interesting how they go away from home. They've got a decent team. We've always had a bit of a question mark about Johan Botha's side, the amount of all-rounders they have. A little bit top-heavy with the four openers, but they've got a good side, got a good bowling unit. Jawadullah with the ball, super.
A big Super Sunday. We'll see you there. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you at the DP World ILT20 tomorrow.